Hello, custom car enthusiasts, and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So we don't have a story mission for this episode. We're still working our way to the next level, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and work on this Jeep Wrangler here. So we need to find and fix all gearbox problems, and the transmission is noisy. Ooh, we do have this Roadster. Well, let's go ahead and take the Wrangler here. We haven't done a Wrangler, I don't believe, so something a bit new to work on. Yikes. I mean, that is the paint color they chose, but yikes. Alright, so let's go ahead and move it over to the car lift. See if we know the parts that we need, or do we have to find the parts? Part not discovered. Transmission is noisy. Parts not discovered. Alright. So we got gearbox problems and transmission problems. So probably I'm going to work on all of that from underneath. Let's just take out that whole area and see what we're looking at then. Oh yeah, I can sort of see your problems right here. Your transfer case is shot. We'll go ahead and remove the drive shaft. Alright. Then we're going to need to take out the front drive shaft. Then the transfer case. Then the gearbox itself. Oh, but we got to the starter first. That's fine. Yeah, then the clutch release bearing, clutch pressure plate. Clutch plate, flywheel. Crankshaft looks okay. So let's see if we've found all the parts that we need to do. We've got those three, and we have all those. Alright, so now we just need to go about taking the parts and replacing them. Alright, so I believe the parts that we need to replace are the ones that are in red. Starter I think should be fine. So let's go. Transfer case for a 4x4 is the first part we're going to get. Transfer case for a 4x4. There we are. Sort these parts by name, so that way everything's next to each other. Yes, we'll sell the bad one of those. And then we need a clutch pressure plate, and clutch release bearing. So maybe if I just put in clutch, I'll be able to get all three. Clutch. If I could type properly. Alright, so we need a clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, and clutch release bearing. So that one we've got, that one we've got, and that one we've now got. Is there something else that I just sold by accident? I don't believe so, but I might have. Alright, Gearbox B V6B. Let's get that, and then let's take a look at what we're replacing. Gearbox V. Gearbox BV. Gearbox. There we are. Pretty sure that's the one we need. Let's compare it. That is the one we needed, so that's good. Alright. Now, let me make sure I got all the parts we need. Transfer case, gearbox B, and clutch release bearing. Clutch release bearing, transfer case, and gearbox B. Alright, so we got those. And then the other part, flywheel, clutch pressure plate, clutch release bearing. Did I just get rid of the flywheel? I might have. Yeah, I think that's what I got rid of, was the flywheel. That was my mistake. Alright, hopefully the flywheel is an easy enough one to find. Alright, looks like that's going to be the one. So let's start reassembling and hope for the best. I need to be more careful in the future with that, because that could go very badly. Alright. Flywheel. Hey, that one fits. Perfect. Alright, so I believe that's all the parts. Oh, the starter. My mistake. We get up in this area so it makes it a little bit easier to see. Thank you. There we are. Put that starter back on. This car should be good to go. Yep, everything there is good to go, so let's just go ahead and finish that order right there. Alright. So that was a fairly quick turnaround. Let's see what else we got that might be a fast turnaround. We could do this Mazda RX. We have a military Jeep. We have a Porsche. A Mercedes. Another Jeep. Oh, I thought Jeeps were more reliable than this. That does not look like a Mazda RX-8 to me. Or we could do a supercar. Well, if you've seen these videos long enough, you know which one I'm going with. If I have the choice of a supercar, I'm going to go supercar all day long. Because that's just absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, I know it has a loud muffler. But I think in the interest of being, you know, very proficient at my job, I should put it on the test path. You know, we need to test it out real fast, just to make sure it's working properly. Well, it is definitely loud. Regret my decision. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and fix that muffler issue because that was ridiculously loud. I want to see the difference it makes once the muffler is fixed. Because, wow, that was bad. I have a feeling it's not the actual muffler itself, as the muffler tips there look pretty good. Yeah, it looks like our issue is actually going to be up here in the front part. We're going to have to get into the engine bay. Examine mode. Accessible from the engine bay. Alright, so we're actually going to have to go into the engine bay for it. Take off that clamshell. Now let's go ahead and look at the car. It can be examined by taking off the car. Alright, those are fine. So yeah, what we're going to have to do is take off these. Now these look a lot better, but let's go ahead and take them off anyways, just to make sure. This time I actually am being proficient at my job because I want to make sure that we're doing the job correctly. Alright, and we did look at these overall. Yeah, all of that looks good. He's got some worn bushings, but exhaust manifold A, exhaust manifold B, V12A. Alright. Let's look at the parts. Let's put them in order by name. There we go. So that one goes away, and that one goes away. And unfortunately, we're going to have to reassemble the entire clamshell then pretty much after this. But that's alright. It's what happens when we're working on supercars, definitely. These the ones I just bought that already look worn. Okay, the parts for this car just come in looking worn. Oh no, I guess that we installed the other ones on the other side. But that should, in theory, have taken care of it. It did. Alright, so now we've got to reassemble the clamshell. And then put on the left tail light. Put on the rear bumper. Put on the other tail light. Car came from Great Britain. Interesting. Do I have any other parts for it? No, that was everything. Alright, so the car should be good, but of course, just to ensure that it is, I probably should take it back to the test path. That way we can hear that it's doing well. Just in case. Because you never know. It might have trouble still. have to say, I think that was actually louder now than it used to be. Um, I don't think we fixed anything, but the game says we did. I have to say, personally, I am not a fan of this car if that's how loud it is always. I like an engine that roars, but this thing is absurd. So, well, just not for me, I guess. But it is a very beautiful car. Definitely a good look overall. Alright. I just hate when I'm looking at it that I have to, like, have things highlighted there. Alright, there we go. Just get a look at it. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and send this car off. Finish that order. And go ahead and end this video. If you enjoyed what we did in this episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you back for another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018.